What's up, everybody? It's your boy Boston Capital Tourist Steve on the Hold the Green podcast. We're going to be going over the waste management Phoenix Open best bets, and then we'll cover LIV at the end as well. Steve, it's been a busy Tuesday for you, boy. So running around, solo dadding, had my first godson's baseball practice. 8 you kids are something else. I'll tell you that. It's like fucking herding cats.
Oh, I bet it. I bet they are. You sound very subdued though, so I can tell you're pretty tired.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was fun watching the kids run around and just like they don't know anything at this age, so you get to like mold them how you want. These kids come in with like batting stances that make Jeff Bagwell's look normal. Like it was something.
What was your favorite batting stance to mimic growing up?
Griffey, but I couldn't do it because I was a righty. So it was Boggs.
Okay. Boggs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked because back in the mid-90s, I actually liked the Mariners for a little bit because, I was, Ken Griffey Jr. fan, lefty. Awesome. I played center field. Always like Jay Buhner's stance, though.
Yeah.
So casual with his roided up biceps and then, just steps into the batter's box there and just wails away.
Do they still hold the record for most wins in a season?
Oh, that was the 2001 team with Ichiro, who you said was wildly overrated.
He is fucking wildly overrated. He's a slap hitter. Okay. He is. I will pull up his fucking spray chart. He is a slap hitter. Like not even doubles. He just fucking slapped the ball to fucking shortstop and outran him. Fuck that shit. He stunk.
I mean, for his contribution to the game overall, both in Japan and the United States and around the world, I would say he probably deserves to be near unanimous Hall of Famer, sir.
No, there should have been less votes.
Okay.
Small hall, baby. Small hall. And the Baseball Hall of Fame is just as bad as the NFL Hall of Fame at this point. Just let anybody in. Fucking Scott Rowland is in the Baseball Hall of Fame because all these fucking stat nerds. Tell me one season where Scott Rowland was the best fucking third baseman in baseball. Not one.
Wait, Scott Rowland's in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay, it's lost credibility then. I remember Scott Rowland being a cornerstone to a couple of fantasy baseball teams in like the early 2000s, but never did I really think Scott Rowland was one of the best players in history, but okay. All right, sure. We're all in
Biggio's in there too, just because he played for 22 years. He's got all the stats. He's got 3,000 hits, but he played 22 years. Like, who cares? Like,
I don't know. Those mid 90s Astros teams though were pretty legendary.
I love the Astros teams because Bagwell's a Massachusetts kid. Mm-hmm. So the Red Sox were absolute ass. So it was nice to that was my team with when I played World Series baseball. What was 96, 97, whatever it was. I used Bagwell, Bergman, and Biggio, the Killer Bees.
Oh, Lance Berkman.
Yeah.
Another legend of the game too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
it's a lot of baseball talk.
That's the most baseball talk I've done in probably a decade. By the way,
well, the TGL is on.
Okay, all right. Do you want?
I figured I'd throw it up in the background. I bet LA because Boston lost to Tiger Woods and Kevin Kisner. So
you assume they're just bad then?
Yeah,
that point?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a lot to cover tonight. Obviously, we have the Phoenix Open, one of the biggest tournaments of the year, one of the biggest gambling weekends of the year. So obviously, you're going to want your bets down for that. Also, we have the first LIV event of the year, LIV Riyadh. And I asked Boston.
Is that how you say that? Man, I'm glad you said it because I've been saying it wrong, pronouncing it wrong all day then.
You didn't know about how to pronounce the capital of Saudi Arabia?
No.
Okay.
I've been to Saudi Arabia, though. So there's that.
What part of Saudi Arabia did you go to?
I don't know. Fucking some miserable hellhole.
Okay. All right. Well, we will talk briefly about LIV Riyadh. I asked you to come up with some stuff about LIV Riyadh. You failed to do so. It's okay.
It's not that I failed. It's not I failed.
I don't know how much effort you put in, buddy.
I mean, seriously, like I spent like probably 45 minutes to an hour trying to scramble around and get something on this thing. I got the scorecard up. I was trying to find the LIV results from last year, and their fucking website doesn't give it to you. I was looking at Asian Tour results.
All right. Well, your first mistake was they didn't play this course at the LIV last year. It's entirely new to golf course. So you know what?
It says Riyadh Golf Club.
Yeah, they played at Royal Greens last year, sir.
So why the fuck has the same name?
It's not the same name.
Riyadh Golf Club?
Okay. You know what? We'll save the LIV talk to the end because I don't think anybody really cares that much about it, except for like maybe 10 people who are going to stick around to the end. So, but I got some good stuff on it.
Hard Rock doesn't even have the fucking odds up yet.
Of course they don't. they're waiting for everybody else to, the odds.
It's weird. They usually have them by now. I'm wondering if they're going to offer them.
They might not. So, all right. Well, anyways, we got that tournament to cover. We will go over those bets then. So, before we do that, though, we're gonna make this pretty quick. Today, pretty snappy. We're not going to go down the odds board and kind of like just ramble like we typically do. We're just going to go over who we bet. I bet a lot of guys on my card this week because I went with a certain stance. And we'll just go over who we bet, go over maybe some other guys we like, and then we'll go right into LIV because we got a little bit of a mini preview at the end. So before we do all of that, Capper, we obviously have our preview on Sundays. I go over all the data, my leans and everything.
Yeah.
What are some things maybe you're looking for this tournament when you made your betting card?
Man, I'm terrified of Scotty. Like, it just seems like, I don't know. I know it was like a kind of a quiet top 10 for him, but he putts so well here. He's been putting better. I don't fucking know. It doesn't. I don't feel great betting any of these guys to beat Scotty at this field. Like, I just don't. But yeah, I mean, like we talked about, right? Like mid irons, fucking the penalty off the tee. It's a coin flip if you're missing huge. So look for guys who don't miss huge and good with their mid irons, 150 to 200, and good putting history here. How sticky do you think this course history is?
Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Before I do, Cameron asked a question. Yes, I want you to go get it. And then I will give you, I'll say a couple sentences, and then we'll pull it up after this. Oh, there's one guy in particular that I bet that is a course history related discussion that we will go over in a little bit. It can be kind of hit or miss. I think it's fairly sticky for most guys. Like if you look at a guy like Sam Burns, other than maybe a handful of years, top 20, top 10s. Seems like, if this place kind of fits your eye, if this is a place where maybe you might struggle a little bit off the tee a little bit, as long as you avoid all the trouble, you can get away with it. Firm and fast conditions. If you're a shorter hitter, that can get you the ball out a lot farther than what you used to do. No rough as well. So, I mean, I we'll talk about it in a little bit though. So, but overall though, like I just mentioned, the mid irons, are pretty important from 150 to 200. I did change my model a little bit because it's looking like it's going to be pretty firm conditions. So I think the green and regulation rate is going to be a little lower this week, a little tougher approach shots. Also in the years where it was a little tougher scoring, tougher, lower green regulation rate because of the firm greens, a little tougher to get up and down. So I increased that difficulty as well. Didn't really change the model a ton, but it helped me narrow down a little bit.
When did you update your model? Because I was looking at it like before I went to baseball.
So I updated on Monday. It is the current model on BetSperts right now. I have the ability to hide old models. So that is the one that updated there. It also updated for the rest of the Pebble Beach Pro-Am too. So before we get to all the picks though, Cam, let's come up for one of our favorite games. Well, maybe he's not joining us.
I don't think Cam knows what the hell's going on. And Andy says he needs him in a meeting anyway. Okay.
All right. Well, then we're going to skip the chart then. I guess you guys can all go look at it yourselves. So,
I would just guess Tom Kim, Sahith, Burns.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just move on. So, all right. Let's just get to the odds board then. So let's have the Scotty discussion then.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you first question. Did you bet without Scotty Marcus?
I don't have the option. And even if I did, I was listening to Bear Off, and he made the point that most of the time it doesn't make mathematical sense by like a long shot. He bet Burns without Marcus because it only moved at 3 points. So I if there was something like that with a guy I liked, then yeah, I probably would because that makes sense. But taking somebody from 28 to like 18 or something like that, you might as well just bet him top 5.
Yeah. So for me, I try and structure my card that if I don't hit an outright, I can make it up with positionals. So already I'm trying to ensure that if I don't hit an outright, then I can still make money.
Yeah.
So why would I take lower odds? Also, you run the risk as well that it could just get dead heated.
Yeah.
Like the without Scotty market, now it would have, if you bet Steven Yeager in Houston, it would have came through for you.
Yeah.
But let's say in a different world, Scotty wins and Yeager finishes second. Well, I think T2 was like split with 5 guys. So then you're chopping 5 different ways. If you have multiple golfers finish T2, you're fine. But then, we're just getting a lower payout at that point. So I'm going to stick to my guns. I talked about this last week about how there is a different vibe at these non-elevated events, non-signature events. Yes, Scotty is terrifying at this place. He's going to play well. He appears my betting card in some capacity. I'll get to in a little bit. But I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm fading top of the board for the outright market. And by the way, there was a lot of really appealing options in like the 50 to 100 range this week.
Yeah,
that I was able to squeeze onto my card. So I'm just
I need more, right? Because my first guy, I missed a good number on him, but I still got him at 35. So that's my first one, and then I got 2 guys at 60, and I need some more. I need some more bullets. So I'm here to be swayed tonight.
Okay, all right. So let's start with the first question. Is Scotty on your card in any capacity? Props, matchups, positionals?
Not yet. The matchups fucking though. The only matchup I found for me was like him over Tom Kim, and it was like minus 550. I was like, that's so stupid. Like, I mean, you should bet Tom Kim just based on that. You know what I mean? But at that point, just bet Tom Kim outright.
Well, at that point, you probably should just do like a Scotty top 10 at that point. Yeah. All right. So let's just work backwards then. Scotty Scheffler, first round leader, 12-1.
Oh,
that interests you?
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's tough. That's tough though. I'd have to basically just have to do Scotty and then find probably KH Lee and then call it a day.
KH Lee. We'll get to him in a little bit. Okay. All right. Do you want to just wager your entire bankroll on a Scotty Scheffler top 20 minus 500?
No.
No. Even if it guarantees that you fund your entire Super Bowl betting card.
No, it's just, I don't know. It's no fucking fun.
I know it's no fun. Just tease
put $1,000 down to win fucking $200. Fuck that.
$1,000. Come on, man. Put down $100,000. You got the cash, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fucking. Okay. Yeah. And then can you imagine doing something like that and then like he twists his ankle and fucking withdraws? Oh my god. Fuck. Like I couldn't handle that shit. No. Thank you.
I mean, what would just happen would be like at the Players, they just bring out a physio and he holds up play for 10 minutes while he's getting his shoulder massaged. Fucking asshole. He should have been DQ'd at that point. I will die on that hill. The fact that he was able to get a doctor out there and sit on the tee box for literally 10 minutes and hold up play to get himself right. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
Like that'd be like Pat Mahomes goes into the blue tent and they just stop the game.
I would not be surprised if the NFL did that.
They might do that. Okay. All right. How about a more palatable top 5 for Scotty Scheffler minus 135?
So I looked at that. Like, I don't know. Those type of bets just not for me. Like, I'm fine with just listen. If he beats me, he beats me. I don't need him on a card. A top 5 minus 135. Like, this shit's the juice is not worth the squeeze for me on that. Like ever.
Okay. All right. Well, I have the bet then.
All right, what you got?
Okay. How about Scotty Scheffler after round 1 is inside the top 20 at minus 110?
Oh, yeah. Where the hell is that?
So that is on Bet Rivers. You can bet not only first round leaders, but their finishing position after round 1. So I went back and looked all last year. Scotty was only outside the top 20 after the first round twice. Once with the US Open, that just completely baffled, just blew his mind. The other was at Colonial. It played really firm and difficult on Thursday. I think he was in the bad wave. Okay. Otherwise, though, he was solidly inside the top 20 every other tournament. So that is palatable odds. This is a golf course tailor-made for him. There is no weather concerns at all that I would have to worry about as far as getting in a bad wave. That is how Scotty is on my card. That is the Scotty insurance. And I placed a pretty hefty wager on it. You'll see it on my betting card once I post it in Discord, but that basically covers all my outright bets right there. So
I wonder if they got that. I'm going to have to look.
They probably don't. I've only seen it on The only times I've seen it on books is Bet Rivers has it, usually in bigger events. I don't think they have it in every event.
You're right. Usually, so like
Or
it's
in
usually
majors.
it's usually on majors I can catch those.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if your book offers that, I think that's a good option for Scotty. It's a high rate of success, and you're only paying -110 for it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's better than any other price. It's better than the top 5 price that could get dead heated. I mean, obviously a top 20 can get dead heated too, but that's better than the top 5 price. Way better than paying the $250 for a top 10, which probably is free money, but whatever. And if you don't want to pay -800 for a top 20,
yeah, no, thank you.
Then that's probably the option for you. So that is what is on my card for Scheffler. Is that?
Love it.
So, all right. Everybody else, though. You got Hideki, you got JT, you got Sungjae, Tom Kim, and Sam Burns. And then you know what? Sepp Straka is playing pretty good. Let's throw him in there too, as far as the other studs in this field, because Sepp is playing some pretty damn good golf.
Yeah. I wouldn't call Burns a stud, by the way.
Okay, well, Burns has been on Ryder Cup teams unfairly, probably, in your opinion.
Yeah, correct.
Burns also has more wins than Sungjae. He has more wins than Tom Kim. He had more wins in the last 3-4 years than JT does.
Oh, yeah, listen, I'm not saying JT's a stud either. I'm just saying I don't think JT's a stud. I don't think Sungjae's a stud. I don't think Burns is a stud. I think Straka is better than all of them.
You think Straka is better than all of those guys?
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's got way more big boy wins, and he what does Sam Burns wins? He went out and posted a number in fucking bad weather in Texas, won a putting contest, won match play, when Scotty missed a fucking 2-foot bunny. Like,
hey, I cash in outright because of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't care.
Okay. All right. So let's see if there's any Straka head-to-heads. Well, he's not up against any of those guys. So you know what? Maybe we'll save the Straka conversation for a little bit. So it seems like, though, based on your ISN picks, you're high on Tom Kim.
Yeah.
So talk about Tom Kim. Why do you like him to win this tournament? I
just think he can, I watch him get hot with that putter. You know what I mean? Like, I can watch it. And look, his irons look really good. He's a little short off the box, but I think his long irons are good enough. And I just feel like he's playing well. And when he's playing well, kind of want to hit him. But I don't know. When I was looking back, it's like, he doesn't put a whole lot of great starts back to back, but I'm not betting Sungjae. I'm not betting Burns. I'm not betting Thomas. Like the last week when I bet Thomas is the last time I'm betting Thomas this year. Like if he wins, he wins. The guy's a fucking mental midget.
Okay. Do you want to fade JT in matchups then this week?
I looked, unless you can find me one that I liked. It was like him versus M, which terrifies me because M can just blow up. His course history. It sucks.
M's course history doesn't suck here. What are you talking about?
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's actually one of the better ones in the field.
No.
Oh, you want me to put you in a locker on this one, buddy?
No, come on, I'll pull it up.
Okay, let's pull it up. Oh, you are going to be sorry you messed with me on this one because you probably only did last one tournament, is my guess.
No, I don't do last one tournament. You know I didn't do that.
2019 T17, 2020 T30.
2019, I do not care.
Oh, stop it. You tried to use this fucking argument with Shane Lowry last week and it blew up in your goddamn face. Do not tell me about stuff before the last 2 years. Doesn't fucking matter.
Oh,
can I finish?
You sure can.
Fine. 2019 T7, 2020 T34, 2021 T17, 2023 T6, T66 last year.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your bet. So unless you rent a model that only covers one tournament, then yes, you would probably say the Sungjae is bad course history. Other than that, though, pretty damn solid.
It's fine.
Oh, it's fine.
It's not as good as JT's. That's terrifying here.
No,
JT's
it's not.
Great here.
It's fine. I get that.
That's what I'm saying. Like compared to JT, like that's good. That's why I asked you off the jump, like how sticky is this course history? You know what I mean? Because you look at these guys and it's like Scotty always does well here. JT always does well here. Like there's certain guys who just play well here. And it's like, man, like, is it really that sticky? If it's that sticky, then I'm afraid to fade JT in matchups.
Well, I think it's because it's a one of the more when the conditions are this firm, it's one of the more difficult golf courses in the PGA Tour. So obviously, if you are a competent ball striker that can handle firm conditions, you're probably going to do better in the field.
Look at Spieth even does good here when he sucks. It's crazy.
Yeah. So all right. So you don't like basically anybody else at the top other than Tom Kim.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm
I
not
like
even like
Sungjae.
crazy about Tom Kim. I just thought the number was fucking good.
All right. Let's first start with Sungjae because he appears on my betting card. I did not bet him outright, though. Bet him top 20 plus 105 because the course history actually is solid, unlike what you say.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing a trend with Sungjae. I feel like I've had a pretty good read on him. I did not really like him at Pebble last week because it's mostly short irons, and he struggled with the short irons for the last year or so. He also struggled at Amex. That are mostly short irons as well. Did a lot better at Torrey. Those are mostly long irons. This is mostly a 150 and up contest. He's a little better in that department. So I think given how well he hits it off the tee, doesn't get in a lot of trouble. Good all-round driver, a little better from over 150, putts well in the overseed. I like Sungjae. I think he's got a very high floor at this event, especially given the lack of talent overall in this tournament.
Yeah. I think that's a great price for a top 20.
Yeah,
for him, just on his talent alone.
Right. In this field, I think it's pretty good. So that just positional for me. Did not bet him outright though. I did bet Tom Kim though. It's honestly only because he opened at 40.
That's what I'm saying. It was a good number.
It's a good number. I think he has a T17 here. This is a golf course that, even though it is a little bit bombs away, you don't necessarily always get the bombers who do well here. Webb Simpson won this event. He also finished runner-up at, to Hideki. Nick Taylor's won this event. Billy Horschel's good here, which we'll get to in a little bit. So there's a lot of different ways to get around at this golf course. And considering Tom Kim's another guy that will keep the ball in play, pretty good iron numbers overall. He's going to get the benefit of the firm conditions to get him out a little farther, off the tee. Also at elevation too. Has won twice in desert conditions too. So 40 to 1 for Tom Kim.
Think about that.
Yeah,
I thought it was only once. What was the second one?
Well, he won twice at Summerlin. Yeah, went back to back.
Won twice there.
I remember the second one. Right. I remember the second one because I bet Hadwin and he put it into the water on the par 5, tied for the lead.
And that's TPC. That's TPC as well.
Yeah. Yes, it's TPC. Apparently, the South Koreans just love TPCs.
Love TPC. There
you go. So, all right. Well, I also bet Tom Kim on my betting card there, but I don't have JT on my card. You're paying juice for a lot of stuff, and I'm just not going to bet him this week. Not betting Sam Burns. Honestly, the iron numbers with Burns lately has been pretty bad.
No.
So that was enough to get me off him. Hideki also, I'm a little concerned. They mentioned on the broadcast last week that he had some sort of like stinger injury mid-round to his wrist. He just didn't hit the ball very good. I'm kind of wondering with Hideki. I know his course history is really good here.
Yeah, I was watching live when he did that. And it was an immediate, like, dropped the club and like grabbed his wrist and like looked at it. Like it didn't look, but like it felt great.
Yeah, and he had some strange shots on the weekend too. Like a lot of pulled irons. And I'm almost wondering, like, excuse me, because sometimes this happens with Hideki, just kind of comes and goes in waves.
Yep.
Like, did we kind of see peak Hideki?
Yeah. Do we miss the wave this year? Yeah.
We probably did. Because he won Century, but then he finished T16 at Sony, T32 at Farmers. Now he probably had the flu apparently.
No.
And then it didn't look so good last week. So, comes and goes a little bit. Seems like with Hideki as well, it kind of comes and go with how he's driving it. And he's not hitting a ton of fairways, at least like 12 rounds or so.
Yeah.
So that was enough to get me off him. But of the guys in the top, I bet Tom Kim. But it was because it was 40 to 1. And that is the only guy under 50 to 1 that I bet this week.
Love it.
Because I went to the buffet.
You got a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I got a little bit of fried chicken here. I got a little bit of sushi. I got a little bit of the baked ziti. I got, maybe some Jello, with a little whipped cream on it. I loaded up my plate because
your kids aren't old enough yet. But like when we used to take the kids down to Disney, like they love the fucking Golden Corral, and and imagine Orlando Golden Corral. Okay, so the fucking freaks of nature you see in that place, and it's called some place called CC's Pizza, where like it's all you can eat for like $5. It's all awful, but they have this chocolate like fountain, and like people just stick their shit in there and get. I'm like, oh, dude, like I can't eat that. Like I used to hate it. My wife would make me take them, and I'd be like, I can't. Like I couldn't eat. Like I just no, I'm good.
Yeah, we didn't get Golden Corral until I think it was in college in Rochester. We had Ponderosa Steakhouse.
Oh, I had Ponderosa growing up.
Yeah, yeah. Get the highest quality steak
Sirloin,
was
baby.
always a Ponderosa. So, but that was the same thing. It had a big buffet as well, and yeah, it's pretty low rent, but it's a crowd pleaser for the kids though.
Yep, the kids love it.
All right. Well, then how about this? Since I basically bet a ton of guys between 60 and 100, why don't you throw out, maybe this will be our game. Instead of the tip chart, why don't you throw out, start picking names and see if, try and guess if it's on my betting card this week.
All right. So, so after 50?
Like 50 and above.
All right. So you went Højgaard.
I definitely did to go Højgaard. Now, I just want to throw a caveat, by the way. Let's go inside baseball a little bit. For the staff picks, trying to diversify who we're picking a little bit. And because I picked so many guys, I put as my pick to win a guy that probably no one else is going to pick. So, but probably but probably other guys who are picked this week are going to be on my betting card too. But yes, Rasmus Højgaard is on my card. I got him at 66 to 1. He is down to 50 to 1. And the sharp books are loving Rasmus this week.
Okay.
Like bookmaker is all over him this week. So here's the case for Rasmus. Obviously, we know his brother Nikolai.
Yeah.
Because of the Ryder Cup, did well at the Masters last year before he shit down his leg. Well, Rasmus was always the more consistent one of the two. Nikolai had a higher ceiling, but he's way more volatile. Probably more your speed, Boston Cap.
Definitely more my speed. Definitely.
Yeah, the highest of highs and lowest of lows. Rasmus definitely is a little more steady Eddie, little more consistent results. Doesn't have as high of a ceiling, but his ball striking numbers, especially with the irons going back to about midsummer last year, have been incredible on the European tour. He hit it really well last week at Pebble.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at
he's a big bomber, but he's been driving it pretty well the last 16 rounds or so. He's not spraying it as much. He can get high with the putter. He's got good desert results over on the DP World Tour. And if I'm thinking about guys that need to go toe-to-toe with Scotty, well, Rasmus at the Irish Open at Royal County Down, one of the best golf courses in the world, went toe-to-toe with Rory at the Irish Open and beat him. So I know he can do it there. Played pretty well against Rory at the DP World Championship in Dubai as well. Only lost him by a couple strokes. But you know what? He's played on the European Tour for a couple of years, played against Hatton and Rahm and Fleetwood and Lowry and Rory and a lot of big names. He's done very well over there. You want to talk about guys, the course history narrative as far as, well, he's never played here before. Well, Brooks Koepka won his first time at Phoenix.
Okay.
Saad Tagala almost won this tournament in his first time.
He almost won it twice.
Phoenix. Even Cantlay, the year he lost the playoff, that was his first time playing Phoenix.
Interesting.
So it's not like Scottsdale. Yes, there's a lot of aura around it. It's not that complicated of a golf course. It's just avoid the penalty areas. It's firm and fast. The greens aren't at all that interesting. If you can just block out the noise a little bit, you can be fine there. So I think Rasmus is a super talented guy. I love his ball striking numbers, and 66 to 1. And I've seen him go toe to toe against some of the best, in the world and come and do very well and come out on top in certain cases. I thought he was a fine addition to the betting card. I think if he's locked in with Scotty down the stretch on Sunday, I think he can handle himself.
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm gonna have to find a spot for him. I'm gonna have to take a look at.
All right. Who else did I bet?
All right. So,
well, there's another guy.
So I know you bet. Yeah, I know you bet Kitayama.
I did bet Kitayama.
Just because everybody's betting Kitayama. I bet Kitayama too, just because I'll be fucking damned if I miss it and everybody else hits it.
Yeah. So I got him at 70. He's down to you can find some 60 still.
I still got him. I got him at 60.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get steamed a little more.
No, it's just because our group.
It probably just is our little echo chamber at that point. But obviously the course history is really good here. Top 10 last year. I think a top 25 finish the year before that. If you're looking for a guy who can beat Scotty, well, he actually did it. Did it at Bay Hill.
Bay Hill.
So I know he can do it there.
He didn't even need to make that fucking 80-foot putt either. He could have 2-putted, and that motherfucker drained that putt.
He did, just to drive a stake in everybody that week. The one concerning thing, though, he's not hitting his irons all that good lately.
Stinky.
Which that's concerning because a big selling point for Kitayama is he's so good from over 150 yards, but his start to the year has been pretty shitty. So he's gonna have to wake up a little bit, but at the number, the fact that I've seen him beat Scotty before, he's been really good here.
Yep,
he's on
I'm fine with it.
Card.
So you're going with like the dogs, which I like, which is fine.
We mean the dogs,
like guys who like can actually win, not fucking loses.
Sure. All right. How about another guy who can actually win? How about big shot Bob McIntyre?
I love it. Talk to me about it.
All right. Well, didn't play well here last year, but he just wasn't playing good overall. Been much better since the second half of last year. Firm conditions. His iron play has been a little better lately. He's been pretty decent from over 150 over last year. He's pretty good around the green too. He's been struggling with the putter. That's a big demerit there. But again, looking for a guy that if he's in the mix on Sunday, I don't think the scoring is going to be completely out of control with the firm conditions. I think he can get it done. So, and he also, like, I love the fact too, looking at his recent stats, he's been driving the ball so well.
Dude, like he had such a psycho fucking scorecard on Saturday because I had him in showdown. It was fucking nuts. It was I don't think he had a par until his fucking 7th hole. It was like a birdie or a bogey or worse on every fucking hole. It was crazy.
I mean, it was wild weather.
I know. So. It was. I listen. But I love Big Shot Bob, man. You turned me on to him, years ago because he was a lefty and used to like to bet him, and I started liking him because he's a fat guy who likes to drink and plays well in Scotland.
That's true. So I got him at 60, and I thought that was a good price for him.
Yeah, he's at 55 right now. So
yeah, I think that's for if you're just looking for guys with win equity that if he's in the mix with Scotty and come out on top that are fitting some things that you're looking for. Because listen, like. They're definitely look at the past leaderboards, past winners. Like, what's the similarity between Webb Simpson and Brooks Koepka? Like, or Tony Finau or Nick Taylor. Like, you show up with what you got here, and if you play well, then it can work out for you.
Well, Siwoo.
Yeah, what's that?
What about Siwoo?
Siwoo is also on my card.
Come on, let's go. All right. I'm gonna bet Siwoo there because I've been circling all around him, and I didn't bet him yet. I got room. I'm betting Siwoo. Okay. I can't let you bet him.
So I bet him a 70. I got him a 70 to 1. I thought that was a good number. So apparently there was a 90 to 1 briefly that I saw in the sheet. It was like I have to bet this now, and then it was gone.
Yeah, I don't
know if that was a glitch or something.
I think I still got it.
But look, so finally played good last week at Pebble. His overall course history sucks. But the last 2 years, though, he's been much better.
The last 3 years, he got 26th, 23rd, 12th.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But like before that, though, I think when we first started doing the show, like 4 or 5 years ago, you're like, oh, I want to see what
he's
here. Yeah. But he's changed his game for whatever it's worth. He's a solid, consistent ball striker. How's he on the overseed historically? I mean, he's been putting a little better lately. He's okay on the overseed, makes a lot of birdies on the par fives, though. That's really important. Really good from over 150. Not so good around the green. I think there's a little bit of a demerit for him, but just again, a solid ball striker. Been driving it really good lately. And again, just a guy with some winning upside, winning pedigree. That if he is locked in a tight battle with Scotty on Sunday, I think he can prevail. And I thought 70 to 1 was a pretty fair number.
That's a great number. He's 55 right now. So I'm still betting him. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
What about? So I bet Taylor. Are you gonna follow me on Taylor?
Nick Taylor? No, I'm not following you on Nick Taylor.
Why?
Because I'm not gonna follow you on Nick Taylor. I don't think he's gonna win two times in 4 starts.
So one more time.
I don't think he's gonna win 2 times in 4 starts.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's blew up my face before.
Yeah, I mean, I think I stopped using that rationale after it blew up, I think twice on me last year, and then Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, he clearly could go toe to toe, right? And he came in second and then came back and won last year. He played pretty well last week. I don't remember exactly what wave he was in on that bad weather, but I feel like it was kind of like Tom Kim. I felt like, man, this guy goes out and wins big boy tournaments. He's 60-1. He's priced deeper than Matt fucking Fitzpatrick, which is absurd. So yeah, I took Taylor. I'm just gonna go with. I think this guy actually. How many times has he won on tour? He's won like 5 times on tour, right?
He's won Sanderson. He's won the Canadian Open. He has won this. He's won one other time. So I think 4 times.
Okay. I mean, he's a guy, man, and yeah, I just fuck it. I'm just betting him. I'm done betting losers. Like I'm betting guys who could win.
Okay. Listen, I know I hate it. Can't bet everybody. I know I bet a lot of guys, but I can't bet everybody. Yeah. I wish you the best of luck with Nick Taylor this week. So,
yeah, so he's got 5 wins. So I just pulled it up. So he's got 5 career wins. So he won Sony, Waste Management, RBC, Pebble, and the 2014 Sanderson.
That's right. He did win Pebble.
Huh. Yeah, I forgot about that too. How about that?
I mean, we literally talked about it last week.
But anywho. All right. So let me see who else you bet.
All right. So I bet
I've got.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
I bet 2 more guys under.
How are we more between 50 and 75?
Well, technically, there's one more guy under 75 to 1 that I bet. I bet him in
Billy
90,
Horschel.
But he's
Billy
Horschel.
Horschel.
I bet Billy Horschel too.
Come on, I love it.
Strike when the iron's hot with Billy. Good course
Agreed.
history here. And again, a guy that I feel like if he's in the fire,
he's a winner.
He can get it done.
He's a dog.
He's a winner. Listen, this worked out. The whole reason why I bet Harris English a couple weeks ago is because I felt like if he was in the mix in tougher conditions, he is an adult that can handle himself.
Yep.
And I feel like if Billy Horschel down the stretch in firmer conditions, that isn't a complete birdie fest. Yes, there are some birdies on this golf course. You can make a complete mess of yourself too. I feel like he's an adult that can handle himself.
No, I 100% agree. So I got him at 75.
Okay. All right. I'm a 90, but whatever. Potato.
I've done a complete 180 on Billy Ho. Remember how much I used to dislike him?
Yeah. I know. You've done a 180 on a couple of guys.
Yeah. Even Rory. Like it's crazy. I always said that Billy did a bunch of stuff for the local community here because he did, but the white shoes and the Hardo act used to drive me nuts. But yeah, man, he can win. I like that. All right, so now who you should get guys deeper.
Well, I was gonna say
100 now.
If Paulie Poodle was still around, he would have a chronicle of guys who have flipped on over the years.
Paulie texted me the other day. He's still around.
Is he still around? Listen, hey, Paulie, how you doing? I miss you, buddy.
Okay. I asked him for he put some recipe on Twitter too, and I was like, "Yo, send that shit to him."
What was it?
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. I've asked him for multiple, but whenever I ask, he sends them, and I'll make them, and they're fucking good. Paulie could cook his ass off. Big boy like that, better be able to, right?
Yeah, his contributions to the fat guy aisle in our previous endeavor, they're always very good. So, all right, I bet one more guy. I think he's above 75 to 1, but I got him at 100.
Who you got?
Guy we talked about on Sunday.
Okay.
He's number 1.
Novak?
No,
wait. Novak won?
Novak's number 1.
Novak hasn't won.
No, I bet Sam Stevens 101.
Okay. Listen.
Listen. Go ahead.
So, yeah. So, what's funny is like, he's going to be chalk, it looks like, in DFS.
Yes.
But his profile fits this place great, and he's playing well.
Yeah. So driving the ball, not just a big bomber too. Like he's actually not as long as I thought, but he's more accurate than I thought.
Yeah.
So the iron play has been great. Now he's kind of stinky around the green, but the putter's been heating up. He putt really well at Scottsdale last year. Relatively okay overseas performance, makes a lot of birdies on the par 5s, and it's so crucial to get it done this week there. And I thought 100 to 1 for a guy playing really good. I thought that was really mispriced given this.
I agree. I wish I would have got 100. I would have bet that.
What do you see him at right now?
He had he was bogey free on fucking Saturday. You know how hard that is?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So Stevens is bet. So now keep in mind the criminals of the Seminole tribe. He's down at 65-1.
Okay. All right. So that's it for everybody under 100. Is there anybody else you want an opinion on as far as guys you might want to bet?
Let me holler at you about. I'm
Holler
not going
at
back to Akshay.
Okay. Any particular reason why not?
No.
You don't like that twig?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I can't remember why.
All
I
right.
think it's kind of been on the last couple of weeks, and he's been kind of like dicking around.
Okay.
Well, Davis Thompson.
He's not in a good place right now.
Right?
I like
okay.
him, but
he's
slumping.
All right. Never Keith. What do you think about a positional on Spieth because he plays so well here, and maybe he knocked the rust off last week?
It's possible. I mean, he showed literally nothing last week. Literally nothing.
I know.
Like, I think I maybe saw 3 shots of Spieth all weekend.
But he's like, yeah. So it was funny because I was so me, old school. I go click on all the holes and shit until I just realized that I could do it a different way. And over the weekend after you showed me, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much easier and less time consuming. So when I was looking at him, I mean, shit, man, he's almost 3-1 for a fucking top 20.
It's pretty good, and there's not a lot of competition
for a guy who plays so well here. I don't know. Fine, maybe I'll pass. Never a bow guy. Ekro played fucking great over the weekend. What about him? 80-1, 90-1.
You could. He's horrible around the green, though.
I know. So wait. So you think it's really? So you think because of the firm conditions, it's really going to change how easy it is? Not easy, but it's going to make it much more difficult.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Well, it's a combination of things. It's going to be. If you're a little offline with your irons, the ball will roll off the green and go, or you'll miss the green, and it'll be difficult to get up and down. And I think it'll be hard to go like, pin seeking. So, I mean, he's an okay putter, but I think there's a reason why he was so bad last year, historically at Scottsdale, is because he just is shitty around the green.
All right, what about my guy? Well, now we're over 101. What about my guy Seamus, man? Seamus played pretty well last week. Looks like he's rounding the form, plays well TPC courses.
What TPC courses has he been good at? I'm gonna challenge you on this one.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured you would. Let me pull it up.
Okay. I mean, Seamus is fine.
Did he do? Oh no! Wait, didn't he eject on a fucking TPC course?
I don't know. Seamus has ejected a lot in his career.
That's very fair. Yeah. Pretty sure. Actually, you know what? I think what's the other 3-course rotation place that I fucking hate?
Oh, Amex.
Yeah. What's the TPC course there?
There is no TPC course there.
So not that one. The one with the TPC in it.
There are no.
The stadium course. We just went through it.
Yeah, that's the Amex. It's not a TPC.
I thought it was a TPC. I thought
no, it's not. It's modeled after TPC Sawgrass, but it's not a TPC.
Okay. Well, that's the one he ejected out of.
Okay. All right.
He's 110-1, man. He looked pretty good last week. Like as far at least what the numbers look like, and from what the 7 shots I saw of him on TV.
That's true. He won half a charity bet, by the way. Which
by the way,
we're doing it differently this year. I'm keeping a tally.
Yeah, good.
Of it, and so we don't have to just pay it every single fucking time.
Yeah, we've done that.
So so whoever is the loser has to pay $250 charity at the end.
Boom, thumbs up. What's the score right now?
I'm up 1-2.5.
Okay.
Because we've won 3 and we pushed on Homa and Zalatoris at Century.
Because Zalatoris at the wrong fucking ball. Unbelievable.
He did. Hey, I'll take it. I mean, both of them are bums. Speaking of which, I mean, Homa's what, 80-1 now?
Homa stinks.
He is. I think he's underdog to Charlie Hoffman this week.
You know what? What's so funny is I was staring at that fucking matchup, bro, and as bad as Homa is, I still couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't. I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'll just pass.
I know. So Hoffman is on my betting card. I got him for a top 40 plus 125.
It's fucking great.
It's probably a little overpriced, but he's been hitting the ball great. He's also pissed off right now.
Oh yeah. Because I heard him. So I got him at plus 275 top 20.
Okay. So play well at Torrey. Play well at Amex.
This is the Charlie Hoffman Open, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. He loves it here. And I think he's a little pissed off about how guys are skipping this event and going to play different things. And maybe he's just got a chip on his shoulder right now. So, so I bet him for a top 40. I know there's some outrights out there. You can do that if you want.
Good. I'll pass.
But I'll just settle for that.
I was sniffing a top 5 at 15-1. I was thinking about it.
There you go.
I was thinking about it.
All right. Who else over 100-1 did you bet, or is there anybody else? I have 2 guys.
No, I haven't bet anybody else.
Okay.
I need you to convince me on something.
All right. So the price isn't there.
So you don't think I should bet Seamus fucking one time?
No, you can bet it. You can bet him if you want. I'm fine with Seamus if you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's nothing.
I wasn't so convinced. Fuck it. I'm gonna bet it. I think I made it my gummy play, so I'll bet it.
Okay. All right. I bet Alex Smalley 200-1.
You're so gross.
It's 200.
It's so gross.
So I'm willing to throw out what happened at Torrey Pines just because it got weird. All right. Played well at Amex.
You love
Alex well at Sony. He's a well-rounded golfer. His big problem is around the green, but actually since like last fall, he's been a lot better around the green. So like if you look at data golf and like the progression of like everybody's skill, he's actually on the upswing with that. He's been driving the ball really well lately. He's been hitting his irons really well lately. So for 200-1, and the sharp books really like him, like their price on him versus everybody else.
I could get a 27-1 top 5
for Alex Smalley.
Yeah,
I know it's gross. He played, and his course history is bad, but it's because he played once in 2020 when he was just turning pro. So it doesn't. So throw that out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What's he priced at in fucking?
So I think he's like 150-1 in most markets. By amateur.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got one.
Okay.
I got 150. Yeah.
All right, and then the other one that seems to be the community bet of ISN, TPC Lee 270-1.
He's my hero, man. You know he's my hero. I fucking hit him multiple first round leaders. Fucking bet him the second time at Craig's Ranch. I love KH Lee can do no wrong the rest of his life to me. I will always be positive.
Tom Weisskopf specialist. Played well at Torrey. That's enough for me.
Yeah. It's funny, and really be good here. You got a T2 2021.
Yeah, like once. But that's enough for me. Why not? I mean, crazy shit happens sometimes.
Oh yeah. What about talk to me about Sam Ryder? You don't get to shame me because you brought up Alex Smalley.
Is it only because Sam Ryder got the hole in one and that's a positive memory for you?
No, I don't give a fuck about that. You know I don't care about that. I actually forgot about that until you just said it.
What's Sam Ryder? I mean, he's been driving the ball like ass lately.
Yeah.
Iron's been good.
Iron's been fine. His driving accuracy isn't atrocious. It's just like kind of gross.
It's not great.
Well, it's not great.
All right.
But playing all right. Playing all right since the Sony, right?
It's fine. I mean, it's a 201 stab.
Yeah.
You want to ride the Jake Knapp momentum?
He was who I was going to ask you about next. I don't understand Jake Knapp. I just don't understand. He looks so dialed in one day, and the next day he's fucking gone. And I still can't get over. I don't remember what tournament he was leading that he ended up blowing. And they were zooming in on his irons, and he was hitting the ball like I hit the ball with the irons. I was like, he's not taking divots. It was so bad.
So I think it was actually the one he won at Mexico Open.
Oh, you're right. It was Mexico. I couldn't understand how
Sammy Valimaki hit into a fence, and he didn't get free relief, but I think Sung Kang did for whatever reason. I don't know. The officiating was a little crooked. The Mexico Open, but no, Knapp was awful that final day, including rope hooking one into the lake, very quickly. Oh, man, like that's. I know people
he's long as fuck. Did you look at like the you should have seen me struggling to try to build a model last night, Steve, by the way. You would have been laughing your ass off. Did you do the like how far off the fairway he is, or to the edge of the fairway? How big does he miss? Because in my brain I feel like he misses huge.
I think he misses huge left is my take.
Okay.
Like I can see him hitting a quick, like on hole 11, yanking it left there.
Yeah.
That seems like
Death.
that's like Jake Knapp's graveyard.
Like that could be a snowman.
Yeah, that's I don't if he's in contention on the back nine, if I can bet Jake Knapp hits a
You can
water
short him.
ball on 11,
You should be able to. One of these websites needs to One of these books needs to fucking make a short market. Like I know what was that thing Idoni did forever. I got involved in it. It was fun. I loved it.
Jock stock or
yeah,
stock,
whatever the fuck it was.
Jock market.
Jock market, dude. You can short golfers. I had so much fun with that. Just shorting all these fucking losers. Like I printed money at that place.
I mean, that's all you, buddy. That's you looking deep into the soul of somebody and saying you're rotten. Yeah. I don't care what your earning per share numbers are. You're a rotten company and you're a rotten golfer.
Exactly.
All right. I mean, Jake Knapp has shown flashes the last like couple weeks or so.
Theo Epstein is on my TV. What
absolutely cratered.
Isn't he a Theo Epstein owns part of the fucking Boston Common Golf. Gross.
Isn't he a?
Oh, he's the mouthpiece of the Fenway Sports Group and John Henry's ghoulish ass. Theo's great. I love Theo. Hate John Henry. Hope he dies soon.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Anything else? Those are my outrights. We gotta move on to LIV soon. Actually, like right now. So
yeah, that's fine. I want to ask you about hold on. I had two other guys I wanted to ask you about quickly. Yeah, you can give me like a you're retarded or like whatever. What about your boy Fishburne? I keep wanting to play him after we've talked about him. He's so long off the box.
I don't really have an opinion on him.
Fine.
He's fine.
What about my favorite Italian, Matty Schmid? No one gets that joke on this network.
The Desert Fox allegedly.
Yeah.
By the way, can I clarify this Desert Fox thing? By the way, okay. Yeah, he's got some good desert results on the PGA Tour. Go look at his results over on the Euro Tour, though, and they're pretty shitty and cancel those out. So can we retire this Desert Fox nickname with Matty Schmid? It drives me fucking nuts when I see it. Okay, there's a world outside of the 3 desert events he's played in the United States.
You're saying Fox is no Rommel?
No, he's not a Rommel. No.
I would be
really making a Nazi joke.
Disappointed if 50% of the people listening did not get that. By the way, I would be so sad.
Okay. Well, given some other things that happen in ISN, maybe avoiding Nazi jokes is a good thing. So, all right, let's move on. Let's go to another desert. Let me pull this up.
Yeah.
So this would be when we had a commercial break, and I do this, but we don't have any ad reads to do anymore.
Nope, no ad reads.
Oh no,
go in Discord. There's 9,000 messages a day.
Oh my god, is this gonna crash on me?
Probably.
All right. Okay. Well, then you know what? This is what you're gonna do.
Just give high level. I
got it. I was gonna tell you to start like talking about this place and the 5 things you saw from it. So okay,
I saw that it was long, but then you told me it wasn't long.
It's not long.
Like, all right, fine. But there's like a 700-yard par 5 or something like that.
Yes, there is. That's all the link to it. So all right, here we go. LIV Riyadh. After I told you to do all the prep work, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prepare something anyways. So this is, I think, the 15th green, Peninsula green there. So looks very pretty. But kind of like with King Economic Abdullah City with Royal Greens, there is nothing around this place. It is just a barren wasteland. So
that's the whole country.
We've done the LIV previews before, and we went into just what the ultimate goal of like Saudi Arabia's like economic policies are. And they have all these mega infrastructure projects. And one of the things they did when they played the Royal Greens was trying to create a city out of nothing called King Abdullah Economic City. And the hope of just bringing jobs and businesses to this made up city that they just built from the sand. And one of the ways to do it was to build a golf course there to try to attract Western businesses. Well, unfortunately, no one came. So what they ended up doing, what's that?
Said weird.
Yeah, weird. So honestly, I actually didn't mind Royal Greens. once I really dug into it and found out that the guy who did Royal Greens also did the renovation of Marco Simone too, which, has its flaws, but it was a good Ryder Cup venue at least. There's some decent holes at the Royal Greens as well. Some pretty good land movement. Obviously, it's all completely artificial, but pretty good land movement. Some of the greens were pretty, had some undulation to it, firm and fast. I like that. I think number 16 played along the water there. It was very pretty. So, I was actually kind of a little sad to see it go because we got a lot of history at Royal Greens. But now we go to this place. It's a Riyadh Golf Club. It's built in, I think, 2005 by a guy named, I'm going to put in quotes, Duncan Thompson. And the reason why I put Duncan Thompson in quotes is because I can't find anything about this guy. I can't even find a Duncan Thompson like on a Google search for like him doing any other golf courses. He could possibly be part of this JH Duncan Golf Architect group, but I can't find anything. It's just a Facebook group. I'm not on Facebook, so I couldn't really drill into it, but I can't find another golf course this Duncan Thompson does. Allegedly, he is a Scottish architect. So look, given how Saudi Arabia kind of likes to drive the narrative stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if this Duncan Thompson actually doesn't exist. And
when did we stop calling it the Bonesaw Classic, by the way?
When did we stop calling the Bonesaw Classic?
Yeah.
I mean,
we were really harsh on them for a long period of time, and I feel like we lost our edge.
We lost our edge.
We did.
I mean, we're grizzled old veterans now. So, but anyways, this is the Riyadh Golf Club. As you can see, it's basically just a golf club in the middle of the desert. Now, they have done some tournaments there. There was the Saudi Open, which was a normal Asian tour event last year, won by John Catlin.
I was going to say, I don't even know who that person is. That's why I was like, am I at the right golf course? Like these Asian events. I was like, I have no idea who this fucking person is.
Okay. So John Catlin subbed for Charles Howell III on the Crushers for a little bit last year and actually played pretty well at LIV Nashville.
Okay.
He actually contributed pretty well. Now he's more of a shorter, accurate hitter though. So, but then you get to the Saudi International. That was last year, a very entertaining tournament that ultimately it was a three-way playoff between Joaquin Niemann, Cam Smith, and Caleb Surratt. Caleb Surratt is pretty talented young guy, big bomber, really volatile up and down. But what I noticed was that anytime Surratt gave Legion 13 any little bit in LIV, they usually won the team competition. So Surratt's a pretty talented guy. He's got a lot of upside. Had the lead going into the 18th hole there, which is, there's a big water hazard. It's only about 396 yards, pretty short. He hit a massive slice, hit it into the water, ends up bogeying the hole, ends up losing the playoff. Joaquin Niemann ends up winning this tournament. So one of the things, though, that Duncan Thompson likes to do with his golf course is he loves his sharp dog-legged holes.
Certainly.
There's a lot of them. And while this is 7,400 yards, it's important to keep in mind that this is at about 2,100 feet of elevation. It's about the same as TBC Scottsdale. So these guys are going to a little bit of assist with the elevation. Okay, before at Royal Greens, you're right on the coastline. So you had the wind. You had no ability to really get like any elevation boost at all from like your carry distances. This is 2,100 elevation. And there are a lot of holes where you can just cut the dog leg off. You can take
what's funny is when you look at number 3, where did that go? Was it 3? 3 is like the long straight 600-yard par 5, but 10
Yeah, so 10 is 686 yards. We'll get to the par 5s in a little bit. I want to talk about the short par 4s though for a little bit. Okay. So this, you can it's only about 250 yards to carry this bunker here. This is basically like driver wedge, and there's a lot of room to miss. Even the rough here, like if you watch some of the highlight videos, there's basically no rough at all. Yeah. it's a lot like Summerlin in some of those respects, where you kind of can just blast it all over the place as long as you don't end up like in the desert. Over here, it doesn't really matter where you hit. Just keep it on grass and you're fine. Number 8, again, same thing. Sharp dog leg. You can carry it's 300 to this spot right here, and you set about 100-yard shot into the green. Now it's past Palm as well, so once the ball basically hits the past Palm, it's like Velcro, stops. So a lot of short irons. If you can carry it over all this stuff, if you're a shorter hitter, you're a little farther back, so that's an advantage for maybe some length of this golf course. Number 9 here, again, you can just cut the corner and take all these bunkers out of play. There's a lot of room to miss right as well. Number 13 is a par 5, but again, you can shorten the hole by driving it about 310, 320. And it's only about 190 yards over the water.
Jesus Christ. So that's Eagle City.
Yep. Number 15, again. Now it's 320 to carry over this little ditch here. Probably you're not going to see guys do it, but still, you cut off all this and have a flip wedge into the green to a pretty big past Palm green.
Yeah.
And then 18, again, this is the hole that I talked about earlier. It's only 300 to carry all of this stuff.
Some guys are going to run through that fucking fairway.
They could, but the rough will probably stop it a little bit, and it's a really good angle to the green. So there's a lot of, even though it's, we'll talk about briefly about the par 5s too. Yes, they're very long, but because there's a lot of room just to navigate, and you saw it with that leaderboard at the Saudi International, that yes, Niemann's got a lot of length. Yes, Surratt's got a lot of length.
Cam Smith don't.
Cam Smith can blast anywhere. You know what Cam Smith is really good at, though? Great wedge player.
I'm aware.
Kevin Na did very well. He's a great wedge player.
Gross.
Brandon Grace. I think the one thing he can probably do well now is probably he's a good short iron player. So, and if you look at also too, if you look into the stats, the green and regulation rate at this place, like guys are hitting like 16 of 18 greens, 15 of 18 greens. Like a bad iron performance was hitting like 13 of 18 greens. Everybody's just hitting greens here because it's mostly a short iron affair. And these greens, they look pretty flat. There's not a lot to it. And they're pretty big. Yeah, there's a little shoulder here, but like if you have a lot of short irons into these greens, and the green side surrounds too, this is basically nothing. Like here's what's going to look at night. That's pretty cool. But like this is really easy up and downs. And
how much?
A lot of short irons.
How much money do you think they spent on being able to light up every fucking hole of this place? It's insane.
Probably a lot.
This is such a great idea. Like I wish I had something like this in Florida. It would be because that's when you would play in the summertime, so you wouldn't have to fucking risk dying during the day.
Well, actually, I think there's a couple places in Arizona that actually have lights like this. So,
man,
but so I mean, yeah, it's a great idea.
I was talking to my buddy Pete about this, and I was like, the problem is like, yeah, the fairways are lighted. I was like, what we would have to do is we'd have to cut open glow sticks and pour whatever that chemical is all over our balls, so when they miss the fairway, we can still find them.
Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't have that problem here, though. So
why? I still miss the fairway here.
You probably would. All right. Well, that's that. So that's your mini course preview of Riyadh Golf Club. Honestly, I think this is they are going to demolish this place. There was a lot of birdies at the Saudi Open and the PIF at Saudi International. It's going to be a lot of short irons. Length does have its advantages, though, especially on some of these par 5s. But you can really shorten up the golf course if you can cut off a lot of the dog legs. Pretty flat greens overall, past Palm. So I look back at a couple performances last year on past Palm historically as well for some of my bets. And that's how I end up with my betting card.
All right, who you got? Because I just bet 2 guys
You bet two guys. Okay,
Yep.
who'd you bet?
Oh, I will bet two guys, I guess.
Okay.
So I want to bet Puig and Burmeister. But now that you told me it doesn't actually long, I don't particularly feel the need to bet Burmeister.
Okay. Why?
What was that?
So why do you like both those guys?
Well, Puig's played good here. He was on I think two of the leaderboards I looked at.
Let me see. So
He's a good young player, and I think
he is a good young player. You're right on that.
I saw in the Discord. I don't know if they were being facetious or what, but I 100% agree. Young guys with their vision at night, come on. Like as I get older, like it really, I think it makes a difference.
All right. So 5th, the Saudi Open, which was the weaker one in April. He was cut last fall.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So a little up and down. But hey, listen, I get it. He's got a lot of length. I think putting can be a little bit of a concern for him, but he does have a lot of upside. No. So if you're looking to fade the top of the board, I think he's like 25, 28 to 1.
Yeah, I get 20.
Sure. You could do that. And then Burmeister, why do you like him?
I just think I bet him when I think it's long because you put it in my brain that he's long.
He is. He's extremely long.
Yeah. But I feel like every time I bet him at LIV, I think he's only won once at LIV, right?
Yeah, he won in at Doral.
Yeah. And I think I bet him like 3 other times other than that, and he loses every time. So whatever.
Okay. All right. I didn't bet either of those guys. I didn't bet any of them.
Just bet Bryson.
I bet Bryson.
Yeah. So I think you know what? I think if it comes, if Hard Rock opens it up, I think because is it going to end? It's going to end before the Super Bowl, right?
So it's Thursday to Saturday, so it's ending on Saturday.
Nice. I think I just might bet Bryson and call it a fucking day, and see if I can get some cash.
Okay. So last year at Mayakoba and Jeddah, 2 past Palam golf courses, he put very well. Finished 4th at the Saudi and LIV Jeddah last year. Mm-hmm. Some solid Middle East results in his career. I think he won the Omega Desert Dubai like way back in the day.
Yep.
Winner TPC Summerlin. Honestly, just with the way you can kind of hit the ball pretty much anywhere, just avoid the desert. And these greens are really flat. Kind of like that. Like also with Bryson as well. Just with how he, tends to putt the ball. If it's a very flat surface, a lot of break, I think you figure that out. I think that's a little better for him.
Yeah.
It's a short iron fest for everybody, but get Bryson really close to the green with some of these wedges, just sticking to like 10 feet. You could do that all day. Yep. Like the fact that he played India last week, a really tough golf course, knocked off the rust, finished 2nd. That was a golf course that took driver out of his hands too. So the fact he played so well, I think his game's in a really good place right now.
I feel very good about having Bryson in my major draft.
Yeah, I think Quail is probably one he definitely can clip off. Mm-hmm. Also like the fact as well that this is kind of like the Bryson publicity world tour right now.
Oh yeah.
So get his name out in India, get his name out in Saudi Arabia. That's going to be under the lights. Bryson also didn't win on LIV last year. So maybe he's a little motivated to get that win. He won the US Open.
Yeah.
So, Hatton is really great here. Niemann obviously won here. Rahm.
That Hatton number is so short.
What's that?
The Hatton number is so short. It's crazy.
Because it's been awesome. He won on the Euro Tour. He finished 3rd here.
Listen, I love Hatton. He's my guy. But
do you know what he's been doing the last
dude,
months?
He's been fucking tearing everything up. Yeah. I won. I hit him at what was the I don't know what did he just win? I bet him at 18 to 1 live after he didn't do well.
Hero Dubai Desert Classic.
Yeah, after he didn't do well the first round, he got down to 18 to 1 or 28 to 1 or something like that, and I fucking threw $100 on it.
Yeah, last 4 starts, win 5th, 6th, 2nd win. Last 5 starts.
Yeah. I think Baroff stole him from my major draft. I thought he would. I thought he would have lasted longer.
Definitely a Baroff pick, but I'm gonna single bullet Bryson 8 to 1.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna do that with you. Fuck it.
Okay. All right. Some other positionals I'm on. Joaquin Niemann is Mr. Paspalum, Mr. Saudi Arabia, 2-time winner here, won Mayakoba 2. I think every tournament he's played in Saudi Arabia, both at Royal Greens and here, I think his lowest finish is like T9. So paid a little juice for it, but Niemann's playing great too. Played great in the Middle East the last couple of events. Top 10 minus 145 for Niemann.
Yeah, there's only 50 guys, so
what's that?
There's only 50 guys, so yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, 50 guys, and he's won here, great in the Middle East, in form. Good with that.
Yep.
Good about Abe Answer plus 160 for a top 10.
I forgot about old Abe Answer, man. I love that guy.
I miss Abe Answer.
Sometimes. I miss a bunch of these guys, man. Can this thing fucking be over now, please?
Well, this is why we're still going to cover LIV, because all your favorite players are over here.
Literally, fucking 75% of my guys are over there.
Yeah, Kokrak and Cam Smith and Pat Perez isn't around anymore for you, but
yeah, Pat Perez is never my guy. Who's my hothead? What's his name?
Thomas Peters.
Peters is over there.
Yeah, everybody you love is over
Patton,
there.
Rahm, all my guys.
Yeah. By the way, did you watch the Rahm and Rick Shields video that dropped today?
I'm gonna give you one guess, Steve.
Okay. You would like it though. Okay.
Rick Shields annoys me.
So he can be a bit of a tool, but it was with Rahm and Rick and also Brooks. And actually, Rahm kind of opened up a little bit. He was very laid back. Brooks opened up a lot too. Like it's worth your time. And I'm gonna be honest, it's better than anything fucking TGL is putting out right now.
Of course, TGL sucks. It's so listen, I say Rick Shields annoys me. I think it's just because when I was trying to fix something on my swing like fucking 2 years ago, and so I watched like a couple of his videos, and it was constantly on my fucking algorithm. And you know how I get when there's enough British voices on my algorithm, I get angry. So so I was like, all right, enough already. But yeah, no, I'll definitely watch that then. I got nothing to watch tonight.
Yeah, so it's only an hour. So if you don't know, Rick Shields signed with LIV, which is kind of annoying. Like he did the whole.
I bet you he got a bag.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty that he did this.
Why?
Well,
he's like fucking YouTuber.
I don't know. I know, but it's blatantly selling out. And he did the whole starter jacket thing with Rahm. It was super lame. But let me finish. Okay. I think ultimately having a guy like Rick Shields is if LIV wants to kind of win the YouTube game in this, that's a big chess piece.
Yeah,
because Rick Shields is a big following. The video he put out with Brooks and Rahm got 380,000 views already.
Damn. And
honestly, he does a lot of the players, especially the international players, really like him. The conversation they were having back and forth, it was very laid back. It was solid. If this is the type of stuff that they're gonna put, like he's gonna put out with these guys, like it's
okay.
It's not bad.
My only thing I was gonna say to you was, listen, if LIV came and dropped a fucking bag of money on our desk and said, hey, you don't have to go back to being a CPA, we would take the fucking bag, Steve.
I know. It was very.
The whole point is to sell out. Don't you remember Real Big Fish?
No, of course. I love that song. Love that.
Sell out.
Yeah, sell out with me. Oh yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah. Why isn't that our opening theme now?
Yeah, seriously.
Technically, it's true. But no, it just he's been very critical of LIV in his past, and then
so I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came out and said, like, this is kind of boring golf, and I think they gave him the money, he's changed his tune, but he's got a good rapport. A lot of the players, his videos are very well produced too, and honestly, it doesn't take a lot of effort. Probably like it didn't take a lot of resources to put it together. And compared to like what the PG Tour is trying to do with this TGL, like honestly, if you just give me an hour of that type of content of just these pro golfers just in relaxed settings, just talk about their processes, like hearing Brooks talk about like shots he does in the wind, like what he's going to do, like, like doing his own yardage and everything. Like it was interesting. And that's all I really want to see.
I will say this though, like that's designed for people like us, right? Like the mainstream people give no fucks about that.
I know,
but whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, like good for Rick. I think he did help me. Like whatever videos I was watching, I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been. I think it might have been something about longer irons, and he did a trick and it worked for me. So like whatever. But he was just too much on my timeline. Too many British people make me angry.
All right. Well, Rick kind of sucks at golf now, so he doesn't get anymore.
Well, listen, man, you get older, it gets worse. Although me and Pete went out last week, and I had never crushed the ball as like I couldn't believe it. It was fucking crazy. Like I was now I mashed the ball and then I would chunk a fucking wedge and put it. It was a nightmare fuel. But anyway, you get older, man. You get shittier at golf. That's what happens.
All right. Well, I don't know why we got on a tangent there about Rick Shields. But
Me either.
All right. Anyways, I like Abe Answer at this golf course. Plus 160. Good in the Middle East. Former winner at the Royal Greens. Finished, I think, 22nd last year. I went back and looked, though. He had an unusually bad putting performance on Paspalum. He's been really good on Paspalum in his career. Obviously, being from Mexico, there's a lot of Paspalum golf courses down there. It's a good surface for him. So I like a bounce back for him. Top 10 plus 160.
Didn't Brooks win a WGC down in Mexico on Paspalum?
No, Brooks has not won.
Not Brooks. I mean, Bryson.
Bryson. Did he win? No, he didn't win Mexico, and that's not Paspalum either. That's on
okay.
That's Chapultepec, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So funny enough, also on the LIV schedule this year.
Oh,
yeah. So we're gonna go back there for a little bit.
No, I like that golf course.
That's okay. It's a lot of trees.
You're not the bar, Steve. You're not the bar. Like I'm the small hall guy for like sports, and you're like let Ichiro in. I'm like, let a course like that be good. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna let that pass.
Were you a big fan of Geronimo when he was a big star? Do you remember Geronimo?
No.
He was the mega Justin Thomas super fan. That probably was a plant down there.
Oh yeah, no. I don't like shtick like that.
Do you remember when Phil Mickelson won the event and thought Shubhankar Sharma was a towel boy?
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, you're playing with me, okay?"
I do remember that.
I miss Phil. I miss Phil. He's injured, by the way. He's not playing this week.
Yeah, whatever. Man, such a sad thing for Phil. Man, like,
okay. All right, I'm not done my betting card, by the way.
Oh my god, you bet more on
Louis top 10 plus 190.
Okay, another one of my
guys. He finished, I think, 17th here last fall. Again, did not putt very well, but he hit the ball really good overall. Hit a lot of fairways, hit a lot of greens. Putt really well at Mayakoba, putt really well in Jeddah last year on the Paspalum, so I know he can do it. I think if we turn that putting around, he could be pretty solid here. So top 10 on him plus 190. And then I talk about this in the Discord. So the team competition. So Legion 13, John Rahm's team, is just way better than everybody else now.
Yeah.
So do you know who they added, right?
No.
Okay. So there's a guy named Tom McKibben.
Oh,
22-year-old guy who's on the Euro Tour. Solid, like he's a real player.
Yeah, he's good.
He's okay, but like he's a real player.
For 22, he's good.
Yeah, he's not Kieran Vincent. Let's put it that way. So he's a real player. You have two World Cup class players in Rahm and Hatton, and they have Caleb Surratt, who lost in a playoff here last year and can have his own, like microwave moments. So they're head and shoulders above everybody else. Like the nearest competitors to them is probably Niemann's team, but Mito is a fucking disaster. So, and who knows?
Mito's been a disaster since fucking 18 in Oklahoma, bro.
Yeah. You have DJ's team, the Four Aces, that finally got rid of Pat Perez and replaced him with Thomas Peters. But
I don't mind that.
But DJ's probably washed.
That's a lot of drug use between Peters and fucking DJ. I feel like
you also have Harold Varner. You have Harold Varner the third on that team. So
really washed. Got the drinking and the coke. Oh my god.
Did you see what I posted in Discord today? That so in the head-to-head market, not only is Dustin Johnson an underdog to Peter Uihlein, Peter Uihlein is a minus 130 favorite. That's sad.
I would say it's sad, but DJ just does not give a fuck. He hit what he wanted to do. He hit his life goal. So like whatever. He married the hot chick. He's got millions and millions in the bank. He gets to fish and hang out with his boys, and he gives no fucks and wants for nothing. That was his end goal. So good for him.
Okay. I just think that as somebody who has bet on golf for a while and devote a lot of coverage and talking about it, to see Dustin Johnson at the age of 40 as an underdog to Peter fucking Uihlein is pretty depressing.
I get it, but if you think about it from the way I just framed it, like
I don't care. This is about me and my feelings right now, okay? And I feel pretty depressed seeing Dustin Johnson as a underdog to Peter Uihlein.
Unreal. That is unreal.
It's pretty sad. So anyways, Legion 13 is going to win the team competition. I bet at plus 275.
All right, I'll get down on that with you. I got some future monies coming up. So
okay. All right. That's the end of the LIV betting card.
Wow. We kept it to a nice tidy 120.
I know. How about that?
It's not too bad, actually, for us.
That's not too bad.
So a TGL update. LA is up 5-0 over the Boston Bullfrogs, or whatever the fuck they're called. Because since Tom Brady left Boston, nothing has gone right. So once again, it's the Brady effect. Brady made Tampa win something. The Raiders get a Raiders Super Bowl future next year. I'm telling you.
Really?
Brady does magical things, man. It's Brady.
You would Pete Carroll's coach?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Dude, it's Brady. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Okay.
But anyway.
Quick Super Bowl pick.
I'm not betting on Kansas City. I'm betting fucking Philly. I'll just go down with the ship. I like somebody, one of our guys, one of the founders, showed a Devonta Smith 60-1 MVP and showed like the stats the last 5 games against the defensive coordinator. I think I'm gonna ladder. I don't think I'm gonna do the Devonta Smith 60-1 because I feel like quarterbacks just always win the MVP. But I think I'm gonna do I'll do a Devonta Smith ladder and hope to Christ that I don't have to fucking see Kermit and his trash wife fucking celebrating again.
Okay. I'm really tempted to bet Philly too because maybe I just romanticize. Listen, I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
And any Eagles fans listening, do not get confused. I am rooting for Saquon Barkley, not your trash franchise. I would like Saquon Barkley to have a ring.
I respect that.
And I'm sick of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So my support's behind the Eagles, which means I don't really want to bet the Chiefs because I think it's stupid to bet against the Chiefs at this point. So it's
so stupid to bet against the Chiefs.
It's either I just suck it up and bet the Eagles or just no bet at that point. As far as
we were talking we were talking during the AFC Championship game. We both had bets, like large bets on KC. I told you I cashed mine out because I couldn't fucking root for him. Like I cashed it out before the game. I was like, nope, can't do it. Just can't. I
did the same.
Yeah, I know. And so that's what I mean. So we both did it. We're not betting on KC in the Super Bowl. Go Birds, Bird Gang. Let's go. Please God, stop the national nightmare. Stop the national nightmare of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who is the fakest person on the fucking planet. Taylor Swift can do better. I promise you that. This man had a dating show, is from the whitest part of Ohio, and had an urban accent when he first started, would be the polite way to say it. So, anywho, fuck the Chiefs. Go Birds. Let's win some fucking money this week at the, what do they call it now? The People's Open?
The WM Phoenix Open.
But no, but they call it the People's Open now.
Yes, People's Open.
So gross. Anyway,
amateur
let's cash the tickets. Hopefully, Scotty doesn't win. Let's fly that ISN flag up those DFS boards, and we'll cash the winning tickets so we can throw it all on Philly to stop the national nightmare. See you guys back on Sunday night for next week's preview. Later.